Remember after, people kept announcing how much money this foolish woman was getting from being racist for putting her foot in her mouth and then running and asking for help because she's scared now? And people kept saying, oh, it's too late. It's too late. I donated already. I kept telling you guys you're foolish. You done lost every single dime you gave her, and she ain't getting it either. I don't care if she get a few dollars from what you gave to her wickedly. She ain't getting all of it. And when I come back, I'm going to show you vids of how this brilliant black woman, y'all, I told y'all better leave black women alone, because when you push us too far, you end up realizing that you effed around and found out. When I come back, I'm going to share, or she's going to share with you how she stopped racists, or how we can all come together and stop racists from profiting. I'll be back. Hey folks, thank you for showing up. Those who really are really against racism, and regardless of your color, stick around and check out this video. And she's going to teach you how to stop all races from profiting. And it's a great. She, like I said, when you keep pushing people backs against the wall and they come out swinging, don't get mad. Don't get mad. And I didn't say in the other videos that I did on that deplorable woman, people kept talking about freedom of speech, but if you guys took a little time out and did a little bit of research, and it's easier to do research nowadays, you actually can sit at home and do it. You don't have to go to a brick and mortar library. But anyway, all language is not protected under the First Amendment. That's what you have to realize. And I implore you to go research and find out what is protected under freedom of speech and what isn't. If you say things that are provoking, that cause people to act in a manner because of violence, because of what you said, that put people in what you said can possibly put someone in an unsafe position. What that woman did, she not only endangered her life, she endangered her child's life. And what's so deplorable is you sit here and that was a teaching moment for her. What adult has witnessed a child trying to take someone's toy, another child's toy? That's what makes it sick. I have not been anywhere where I saw a number of children playing and another child hadn't taken another child's toy or tried to. And then you have an adult or a parent go in and like, oh no, Bobby. Oh no, Susan, you don't do that. You play nice. And I know for a fact, I believe in my heart, if that was a white child who supposedly did, because we haven't seen proof of what she said. We only got this woman's word. She confirmed that she did verbally assassinate the boy, because when he asked her what she was doing, she didn't deny it. Like I said, that was a teaching moment. And that's what makes it so deplorable, because if that was a blonde-haired, blue-eyed child, you wouldn't have done that. Check out this video and the directions she give on how to stop racists from profiting. You got to go to the source. Because complaining to these sites who allow people to get donations is only so much they're going to be willing to do, because they are a for-profit company. They get their money from your donations. They get a fee. So it is only so much they're going to do. So what you do is you go to these payment processing companies who are federally regulated, and they cannot condone racism of any kind. So, check it out.
They absolutely, these companies, period, absolutely did not think they were going to be held accountable. The ones facilitating racist, whether it's fundraisers, campaigns, businesses that are just hateful to consumers, discriminating, and they're still operating right. None of these people thought they were going to be held accountable like that. None of these people felt like they had anybody to answer to. So moving forward, we've changed that, and that is a big deal. And I know good and damn well they didn't think a black woman was going to be the one to change that.
Yeah, what you guys did, you put black women in a position where all we grew up learning how to fight. We didn't have the luxury of sitting back being told by our mothers to, hey, just act demure and innocent and go and get you a rich man to take care of you. Black women were taught the opposite. You go out there and you fight for your own, because nobody gonna have your back. And we've seen that. So check out, let's continue on with this beautiful teaching moment. Now she's going to explain how she came about learning how to shut down racists from profiting. Check this out.
So I'm gonna tell y'all what I did. Okay. I've been thinking, I've been strategizing, I've been doing a little sleuthing, right? So what I thought about as a business owner, what do I want to hit? Do I want to hit her or do I want to hit the money? So I thought about that. So I started searching and trying to figure out, how can I find this funding source? I'm a business owner, I own a retail store, so I know there is a funding source. There's a pipeline somewhere, right? Give, Send, Go is the platform she uses, but they are not the bank. So I thought, like, we got to find a bank. And most banks are not going to want to be attached to something like that, right? Like most banks, especially payment processors, they will cut that shit off with any type of doubt or controversy. They'll usually just cut it off, right? So what I did, I used to be a web developer, so I know how to code and I know how to read code. So I went and I broke down the code on Give, Send, Go's checkout page line for line. And there were keywords I wanted to look for, right? So I looked for the keywords and I started looking through the keywords and I found the keyword Block Inc., right? That's familiar, right? Block Inc. is the parent company of Square. So I went and I did my researching and it turns out, yeah, that's their payment processor. So I'm going to attach and I'm going to share ways we can contact both Block Inc. and Square. So we want to hit both of them so they can't ignore us, right? But there is a process to report stuff like that. And I don't know if they just didn't think we'd find it out. But yeah, we found it out. So I'm going to share how y'all can report. Stop reporting to Give, Send, Go. They don't give a that platform thrives off hate. So we don't want to hit them. We want to hit the money. And see, Give, Send, Go is a for-profit company and they pretty much can do what they want to do. But when it comes to banking and payment processing in this country, we do actually have laws and regulations surrounding that. So any type of bank or payment processor has to have a clear-cut policy that prevents them from funding hateful things like that. So yes, Block and Square both have policies that prohibit the use of their platform for glorifying or amplifying or profiting off of harassment, illegal activities, racism, and yes, hate speech. So she has violated their policy by even having that campaign. I'm telling y'all, stop playing with black women in business and stop playing with black women in tech, because I know well y'all didn't think we were going to look into that.
As I keep saying, that will be your demise, or that is your demise. Underestimating people, underestimating women who look like me. That is your demise. But hey, at this point, I really don't care what you guys still believe. You can keep believing the lies that you want if you want to. And some of you guys are believing it because you want to. You want to believe those lies for whatever reasons. You feel intimidated. You feel insecure, jealous, envious. You want to believe them for whatever sorry reason you believe it. But anyway, now she's about to go into or give you guys directions on what to do and how to stop racists from profiting from these sites that allow people to get donations.
This is a great question too. So I said the FTC, that's the Federal Trade Commission, right? So the Federal Trade Commission is responsible in this country. Right now, they are gutting it. Trump is gutting it, but don't worry about that. That's not the point, because we still need to create that paper trail. You can still file a complaint and document that you did indeed complain, right? So go to the Federal Trade Commission's website. Their job and responsibility is to monitor pretty much shady and discriminatory business practices. So you're going to file a complaint with them, especially if you've ever worked with this company, if you've ever used their products, anything like that. If you've ever had Stripe or Square or Cash App, Afterpay, and they have given you a hard time because of their policy, whether that's closing your account, whether that's delaying your funds, putting you through extra verification steps that's inconveniencing you. If they've done anything like that to you and the best explanation they could give you was their policy, then you need to be asking yourself, why is that fair? Like, why do I have to adhere to that policy, but this lady doesn't, right? And why are y'all making an exception for racism So that's the thought process we need to have. So go to the FTC, file that complaint, and we are going to complain to the Attorney General in the state of California, right? So Stripe, from my understanding, I think is based in San Francisco. Go check that document. But they're based in California nonetheless. And we are pressing the Attorney General as well to hold Stripe accountable for these shady business practices. But that's not even the end goal. The real plan here is that should they choose to pay her those funds, if we can verify, if they have paid her any money, she's going to have to report that, right, to the IRS. I've heard she's on government assistance, whatever that looks like, that money is going to have to be reported. So if she reports that income, then we are going to hold this payment processor accountable by bringing up civil action against them. So what that looks like is a class action lawsuit. So have you ever seen those commercials that's like, if you or a loved one have ever been, it's that type of thing, right? So if they pay her that money, then we are going to collectively hold them accountable and say, hey, where's my money at? Why didn't you pay me my funds? I would like to be paid my funds, and now I'm owed damages because you have cost me time, mental and emotional distress, and you have upended my business. You have inconvenienced me for this policy that you are not applying fairly to everyone. So that's the plan.
There you go, folks. You have learned something very valuable. These are tools that you can use whenever, for any situation that you feel like you're being done wrong or you're witnessing some injustices occur, and you or injustices occur, and you want to help put a stop to it. I knew that this woman could not profit from what she did. I knew she couldn't, but I didn't know, or I didn't remember what routes you could take to actively stop her. And I'm so glad this woman took time out of her life and found out how to do it. You hit it, you go after the source, and the source is the payment processing companies. Because even though the money is being collected by one entity, there's another entity that has to be involved for that money to get into her hands. And that's the payment processing companies. And they are federally regulated. And when you're federally regulated, you cannot participate or condone hatred of any kind. Okay, folks, if I hear anything or get any more updates or find any more updates about this situation, I will bring it to you. Other than that, yes, I did disable the comments. I'm going to disable the comments because some of these comments make me just forget that I'm a content creator. You don't know how many comments I done deleted from the things that my response that I know would have put me in a bad light. Sometimes it's good to just keep your comments to yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody don't need to hear how foolish and ignorant you are. We really don't. All right. Deuces. See you in the next video.